I have an interest in old glow engines and model aviation history. I used glow engines as a kid in control line and then later in radio control airplanes. When I got into outdoor free flight, I started with a Peewee 020 and a Peewee 30 model. One year at the Nats, the Streak and the Smarty were the one design planes, so I built both the Streak and later the Smarty. I got a K&B 049 for the Streak, and then I put the WinMac in the Smarty. I probably should have used the WinMac in the Streak because it was a better plane. My Streak turned out kind of heavy, so it wasn't good for competition, but I sure have had fun flying it just for sport flying. Even fly it in the winter over the ice. The WinMac is actually a pretty powerful little engine, and it pulled that Smarty up really easy. I had a chance to buy a OK Cub Z engine on eBay, and then someone sent me a couple of engines. Then I found out there was a book about the OK Cub story. So I built a Dakota for my OK Cub, I think it was an A, and it did a good job of pulling it up. It's just hard to believe how many of the OK engines were built at one time. I never remember seeing them in the hobby shop when I was a kid, but I remember them in the magazine ads for American Hobby Center. So I had this Starduster that somebody had given me, and I flew it as electric, and then I rebuilt it last winter, and I decided I was going to use it as a test bed to put different engines on. Well, I started with the Atwood 049, but I never got that running too well, so then I put the OK Cub Z on it, and it pulls it up, but not real fast. The Atwood, I spent so much time even getting it started, and then it would barely run until I put 35% nitro fuel in it, which is really more nitro than you should use. I understand there can be some kind of timing issues with these that need a shim. I understand Bill Atwood designed the WinMac, and you can see the similarity between the two. There was some literature included with my Atwood engine, and it's fun to look at. I understand the Firebaby control line that Jim Walker had used either an OK Cub or an Atwood engine. By this time I got more active on eBay and I'd try to create a small collection. I had noticed in some of the plans some engines like the Holland Hornet or the Cox Thermal Hopper, and I was able to find them on eBay. I understand the Holland Hornet is really powerful like a TD 049, but it seems strange they only use 2 screws to mount it. It seemed that they didn't really put a lot of thought into how somebody would mount these engines, but on this thermal hopper I was able to get a metal motor mount for it, so that'll make it easier. I purchased a Spitzy 045, but it was missing some parts and I didn't find those parts to get it running, but then I had a chance to buy a baby Spitfire 045, and I just got that running today. It's not real powerful, but I've been reading this book about model airplane engines, and the early manufacturers were just happy to get the engines to run, and they weren't so concerned about power at that time. I'll have to build something really light and be happy just to watch it climb slowly skyward.